In this video, we're going to analyze Akira Toya's quote from Hikaru no Go. First, let's watch the scene and then we'll go over the grammar.
君を一番知っている僕だからわかる。僕だけがわかる。君の中にもう一人いる。トヤ。
Today's quote consists of 3 sentences. 君を一番知っている僕だからわかる。僕だけがわかる。君の中にもう一人いる。君を一番知っている僕だからわかる。僕だけがわかる。君の中にもう一人いる。Let's break down each sentence. The first sentence is 君を一番知っている僕だからわかる。君 means you. It's used when speaking to people of the same or lower relative position from the speaker's perspective. It can sound a bit distant or superior, so you don't hear it often in everyday conversation. But for Akira, an anime character who acts very mature for his age, his use of kimi to address Hikaru fits naturally. Kimi also has literary or poetic connotations, so you often see it in literature such as novels, song lyrics, and anime titles. O indicates the direct object. Ichiban, literally meaning number 1, is used to express the superlative degree, indicating most or best in various contexts. Shitteiru means to know. Its dictionary form, shiru, represents the action to get to know, while shitteiru expresses the state of knowing. Boku means I. It's used by males in casual speech with polite and well-mannered connotations. You hear it in everyday conversation just as often as ore, which has a more masculine or rough tone than boku. Exactly as we see with Akira using boku and Hikaru using ore. When a verb phrase precedes a noun, it modifies the noun like an adjective clause in English. So, 君を一番知っている僕 means I who know you best. から means because. When it's used with a noun or not adjective, you need to attach だ. わかる means to understand or to recognize, used when something's clear to someone. So, 君を一番知っている僕だからわかる means because it's I who know you best, I understand, which translates to I can tell because I know you better than anyone else. The second sentence is 僕だけがわかる。僕 means I, だけ means only, が emphasizes exclusivity of I and no one else, and わかる means to understand. So, 僕だけがわかる means I'm the only one who understands, or only I can tell. The last sentence is 君の中にもう一人いる. The pattern, noun, の location word, に indicates position or location. 君 means you, and 中 means inside, so 君の中に means inside you. The word more, followed by a number and counter word, indicates an additional quantity of what the counter word represents. Hitori means one person, so もう一人 means one more person or another person. いる means to exist or to be. So 君の中にもう一人いる means inside you, another person exists, which translates to there's someone else inside you. So today's quote, 君を一番知っている僕だからわかる。僕だけがわかる 君の中にもう一人いる means I can tell because I know you better than anyone else. Only I can tell. There's someone else inside you. In the anime, Akira Toya is a young professional Go player who can sense that his rival, Hikaru, has two distinct playing styles. While others are puzzled by Hikaru's inconsistent play, Akira has faced Hikaru multiple times and realizes that there is literally another presence inside him. He still doesn't know what it is, but it's the spirit of an ancient Go master, Sai, who sometimes play the game through Hikaru. Here's today's review. Kara means because. When it's used with a noun or not adjective, you need to attach da. But with an e adjective or verb, you use kara directly after them. Let's look at why these sentences are incorrect. I watch movies at home because of the rain. 雨から家で映画を見る。雨 is a noun, so you need to attach da. The correct sentence is 雨だから家で映画を見る。雨だから家で映画を見る。I take a photo because the sky is beautiful. 空が綺麗から写真を撮る。綺麗 is often mistaken as an e adjective, but it's actually a na adjective, so you need to attach da. The correct sentence is 空が綺麗だから写真を撮る。空が綺麗だから写真を撮る。I turn on the air conditioner because it's hot. 暑いだからエアコンをつける。暑い is an e adjective, so you don't need the. The correct sentence is 暑いからエアコンをつける。暑いからエアコンをつける。Wait a moment because I'm going to the toilet. トイレに行くだからちょっと待って。行く is a verb, so you don't need the. The correct sentence is トイレに行くからちょっと待って。トイレに行くからちょっと待って。Let's practice making sentences using kara in casual speech. I'm going to chill because it's Sunday. 日曜日だからゆっくりする。日曜日だからゆっくりする。日曜日 is a noun, so you need to attach the. Do not enter because it's dangerous. 危険だから入らないで。危険だから入らないで。危険 is a not adjective, so you need to attach the. I wear a coat because it's cold. 寒いからコートを着る。寒いからコートを着る。寒い is an e adjective, so kara follows it directly. I'm sleepy because I drank alcohol. お酒を飲んだから眠い。お酒を飲んだから眠い。飲んだ is a verb in the past tense, so kara follows it directly. The word more followed by a number and counter word indicates an additional quantity of what the counter word represents. For example, もう一回。もう一回 means one more time or once again. 回 is a counter word for counting how many times something happens. もう一つ もう一つ means one more thing or another one. つ is a general purpose counter word for counting both tangible and intangible things when a more specific counter doesn't apply. Let's practice making sentences using も followed by a number and the appropriate counter word in polite speech. Please say it again. もう一回言ってください。もう一回言ってください。I have another question. もう一つ質問があります。もう一つ質問があります。Please wait for another 5 minutes. もう5分待ってください。もう5分待ってください。For more examples, please visit our website. You can find the link in the description below. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.